Okay, everybody. Hello, hello. We're recording, and I believe all of you are muted. And I'm Terry Luongo, and welcome to the Monday Night Call. And yep, we are caught up in the middle of it. We are caught up in the middle of the digital transformation, and everybody is having the same experiences. I don't want any one of you to think that you're in this alone, because I'm guarantee you, if you've got issues with customers, they're the same issues that we all have. So tonight, what we're going to do is review a recording that Jason Reniker did last week. It was called the Lunch and Learn. And he was really good on the Lunch and Learn. There was some really great information. He spoke slowly. So Pamelia and I took aspects of that, and we're going to show that to you tonight. All right. And then we're going to, this could go more than 30 minutes if you're, if you want to hang on more than 30 minutes, and then I'll take your individual questions and make sure that they're answered to the best of my ability. How does that sound? But be prepared. More information about setting up your own customer account, how to share that with your customers, your storefront, so important, the back office where you find your URL, and the hub. So with that, Pamelia, if you want to take over the controls and start running this video with Jason Reniker, you can start now.
Okay. Can everybody see the screen? Give me a thumbs up. We're good. All right.
Trainings we have available. So first, key concepts. 4 things we're going to talk about. If you're at Phoenix, you saw this, but it's always good to hear it more than once. So the first one is what we call your partner landing page, which is your partner URL. You may know it as your website name, okay? Jason Reniker at juiceplus.com, right? Many of you know that. That is the same, although when we show it, you'll notice it looks a little different and it acts a little different, but we call it the landing page. And the reason we call it a page is that you don't have a full version of the website like you used to, okay? So if you remember before, your ID would be on every single page on the entire juiceplus.com website, okay? It's a little different now. You have a landing page which acts like a storefront, okay? It's where you want your prospects to come into to make sure that they're shopping with you. And we'll talk about this more in a minute and show you what that looks like. The second concept is really the store or the content on the website, juiceplus.com. Okay, this is the full website with all the blogs and all the articles. This is one you won't really want to use much, of course, because you want people shopping in your storefront. But this is where you will go manage your orders. Your customers will view and manage their orders in their account. And it's also where your partner renewal subscription will live, okay? Third concept is your back office, okay? Used to be known as Virtual Office or My Juice Plus or a combination. Now it's just your Juice Plus back office, okay? And that's the link there to get to it, backoffice.juiceplus.com. And then the last one's the hub, which is the same, except how you get to it and how you sign in is going to be a little bit different. So partner landing page, URL, right? This is where you want to send your prospects when they're not ready, maybe to get a shared cart to directly buy, okay? This is your storefront. If you're at a nice outdoor shopping center, each of you has a storefront, okay? And you want to attract those people into your storefront. And that's what's going to make sure anything they order after that is tracked back to you, okay? One key thing, if you were a partner before the big shift on September 1st, your partner landing page URL is exactly the same as what your main URL used to be before. New partners is going to be a little different. They'll get a URL that has their actual new partner ID number in it, okay? You've all got new partner ID numbers or FIN numbers, as we used to call them behind the scenes. So new partners will get a URL like that, something numeric.juiceplus.com, but don't worry, they can absolutely go into their back office under settings and change it to whatever they want, okay? So again, new customers who enter through your storefront, your landing page, are going to be tracked as shopping with you. And we'll show you what that looks like to those customers in a little bit. juiceplus.com, again, full website, right? Your prospects may browse here after going to your landing page. Okay, so your storefront can also end up going into the broader site of juiceplus.com. It will still track them if they do. If someone goes here first, if you've met someone brand new and they go here first, of course, it's not going to know who they're shopping with. Okay, so that's why it's super important to get them onto your landing page first. Okay, this is also where you manage, your one-time orders, your subscriptions. Partners also manage your renewal here as well. And this is also something that's been really new for people. This is where you create your shared cards. Okay, we're going to talk about how to do that in a minute. You don't create them on your back office. You don't log into your juiceplus.com to have to create a shared card. You simply come to the site and build your shared cards. Okay, third one, back office. Won't spend a ton of time here. You all know the gist of what this is, right? Your volumes, your team data, your customer data and details, promotion status and tracking, etc. And then the hub. So resources, right? FAQs, training guides, social media assets. The same as it was before. There is on the hub a real simple checklist. So hopefully everyone got the email. We know sometimes things happen with that, spam, deleted, buried, and all the other emails you're getting. So if you have team or people that need help, how do I get set up, right? And you can get to your hub and you've set that up. You can grab this day one checklist and it just has the 3 things you need to set up on each of those platforms. Okay, super simple. Let's talk about that real quick in case it isn't clear or anyone has, some thoughts about, what do I do to set it up? So juiceplus.com, both you all, this is where you manage your own personal orders, right? And where you shop, as well as your customers. So partners and existing customers are going to activate their juiceplus.com account. Okay, and you simply go to the main juiceplus.com to do that. You don't need to go to your URL to do that necessarily, or you can. The main thing is you want to go to log in, okay? And at the bottom there in purple, you see the activate option, okay? You'll simply enter your email. It's going to send you an activation email, and that will lead you into creating a new password. Back office, very similar. We did send out an email that had, the link to it in it, but people can also just go to backoffice.juiceplus.com. Okay. And same thing, you're going to enter your email, you're going to hit reset, get a password reset email, and you're going to enter a brand new password. Hub, guess what? Same thing. You're going to go to hub.juiceplus.com and use the forgot password flow. And you may be wondering, why are we using forgot password? I didn't even forget it, or I didn't set one up yet. And that's just the function we're using to kind of set up your credentials. We've already migrated everyone onto the platforms. So we're using this option to just securely have you set new passwords fresh, okay? One key thing you need to know, these 3 sites are not linked together, okay? So if you set up your password on juiceplus.com and maybe you change it later, it's not going to change it on your back office, and it's not going to change it on the hub. Okay, so 3 separate sign-ons. We would love.
If we have questions, do you want us to write them down and talk after, or?
Yeah, so we're going to record this and we'd love to share it out. So I think we want to get through the flow. What you can do, Amy, is just put them in the chat. We've got several people that are kind of monitoring it, and they may be able to answer it right away. And if they don't, we'll download the chat at the end and try and, pull out some things and send out answers. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm able to get into everything but the hub.
Okay, yep.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so.
Okay, so that's the first section that we're going through. So if you have questions, write them down. We're going to move along. Can everybody see sharing with prospects, customers here, correct?
I can.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so again, can't reinforce this enough. Share that landing page, and there's a screenshot of what it looks like, and there's more content below it, of course. Or share a cart, right? And there's a little teaser image of what it looks like on how to create a cart link, and we'll talk about it more in detail. If you don't know your landing page URL, or your teammates don't remember it or know it, it's on their back office, okay? So once they get in there, in that purple box, they can either click on it or you can hit that blue button and it'll copy it onto your clipboard. Okay, so it's easy to find there. So how to share a cart, 4 easy steps. Okay, first one, go to juiceplus.com. And again, you do not log in. And then you're simply gonna put products, right, into your cart. You want to build a Shred 10 cart, you know, you want to build someone who's just into the Omegas cart, maybe with some Luminate, right? Build whatever set of products you want to share with people, okay? And then you're going to view the cart, and then there's a button to share the cart. Once you do that, that's where you'll enter your partner email, okay? And it's going to validate that the system knows who you are and who that partner is, and you'll see it. And then there's an option to just create a link, and then you copy and share it. Okay, one other thing we've noticed, as you put things in your cart and then create a shared cart link, they're gonna stay in your cart, okay? So we'd love for you to keep it in there and then add more later and check out. Absolutely, you can do that. But we have had people forget that they put stuff in their cart to build a shared cart and left it in there, okay? So you may wanna clear it out, especially if you're gonna create another shared cart link, okay? Because those items are gonna be in there, and if you add more, you'll end up with a super cart.
Okay, I'm going to pause this here because Terry, this is where you wanted to reiterate about the juiceplus.com, the
Right,
build cart.
okay. All right, so just to be very, very clear, you can create a cart by going to juiceplus.com or your personal storefront. My personal storefront is terryluongo.juiceplus.com. I want us to get really good at navigating our own personal storefront. We want everybody to go through our storefront to get to everything. So I thought it was a little confusing. We're in the beginning. We're told to create the cart from our personal storefront. And then right here, he's saying you can create a cart by going to juiceplus.com. You can do either or. Remember, it's your email attached to the cart that will always connect that person to you. But why not do it through your own personal storefront? And let me tell you, then that person is connected to you for the rest of time. Does that help? Oh, and real here, Familiar, real quick, where it says, don't forget to empty your cart. Well, because yes, Ann was saying mahalo, that was so confusing. All right, I agreed with you. When I saw that, I was like, what's going on? Either or, but get used to your storefront. Familiar, real quick, because we did not log in to either site, he's telling us don't forget to empty your cart. How do you empty a cart?
So when you go, if you're going into, you're logging in, or if I'm just going to my storefront, that door, pparker.juiceplus.com, I will see my shopping cart and I will see I have 3 items in there. If I click on the shopping cart right now, I know they're coming up with something else, but I just go next to the item and I just click remove, remove, remove. So my shopping cart says 0 before I send another one out. That's it.
There you go. Just remove, remove, remove. Again, a very important clarifying point. All right. Shall we move on?
We're moving on.
Let's move on.
Which you may want, but keep that in mind. Here's the option. Okay, so I've entered an email and I've done create link, and it will then pop up and show you you're sharing a link for this partner. Okay, so it's not your name. You may want to take a pause and a timeout, figure out what's going on, double check your email. If you're still having issues, contact support. Okay, so
All right. We're skipping this part
We're
here.
not going into sharing a cart in multiple countries. We're staying right here in the United States of America. All right, there we go. Go ahead, Familia.
Okay, you see emails from jp.com on screen?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
So I wanted to share some of the emails that are generated from juiceplus.com. So probably one of the nicest ones that many of you have been excited about is the abandoned cart email. So if someone goes to your landing page or clicks on your shared cart and then leaves, juiceplus.com is going to send them a reminder. Hey, forgot something, your cart's ready for checkout. They're super great. Many of us have gotten those from other vendors we shop with, and they definitely work, I know from experience. So that's a great email that goes out. When they buy, there's really kind of two main emails. I mean, they will get an account creation email when the first time they do it. And then there's a subscription confirmation email and a payment receipt, okay? So if you buy a subscription product like capsules, right, you're gonna get this confirmation, which reminds them what they're being charged, you know, how often they're being charged, okay, and links to go view their order if they want. They're also gonna get a payment receipt, okay, for that first payment. If they're buying something that's a one-time ship, like just a one-time box of bars or shakes, they won't get the subscription, of course, because it's not on subscription, but they will still get a payment receipt they paid. Currently, shipment reminders. So the current email that goes out for reminding them about their shipment actually happens when it's processed. So it's more of a shipment confirmation. Okay, so that second, third, fourth shipment of capsules essentials is going to happen on the day it's processed. So we are definitely aware that that needs to be a reminder sooner. Okay, and that's something on the radar. Absolutely. People have also asked, do I get an email like I used to telling me that someone has ordered? And currently you don't. Okay. There will be ways on the back office to go find, you know, orders and when they were placed today or this week. There's discussion about adding more alerts onto the back office so we can easily tell you things that are happening, but currently that's the state of it. So today our goal is to make sure you understand how it's working today. All right, how to sign up partners. Let's just talk through this. Super simple. You're going to give them your landing page. You're going to say, hey, click on that, become a partner in the top right. That's going to take them to a page which describes things about becoming a partner, has some content. And then at the bottom, which we want to move to the top for sure, but at the bottom where it is now, there's a say yes, join now, and that'll walk them through the sign up flow. If you haven't seen it, it's super simple. The sign up process has been extremely streamlined. You know, maybe they enter name, email, one other thing, if I can't remember, accept the terms, and then they're in as a partner. Okay. And then things like, where do they want to get paid, which account, that gets done later when they go into their back office. All right, why don't we hop into the live site real quick. I'm going to show you a few different things. We'll start on juiceplus.com. So this is the new site, okay? And if you notice, I'm on a just the generic juiceplus.com, okay? And if I'm a customer, I have no idea who I'm shopping with. This is my partner back office, and I'm going to take my URL.
Better my own. Wait.
Okay, I'm going to take my URL. Again, folks, please mute. Thank you. Okay, and I'm going to share it with someone. When they click on my landing page, this is where they're going to get to. Okay, right up front and center, they know who they're shopping with. And you can see up in the top left corner, this you are shopping with and your name. Okay. That's super important. You want to know that's happening. And there's some good content on your landing page. Again, it's not the full site, but it's got shop products, it's got join team, right? You can click on different products, etc. If they navigate away, let's say they go products, okay? And let's say they go shakes. If you notice in the URL, right? There's no name or partner ID in there. Okay, this is why it's important not to share some of these other pages. But because they landed on my storefront, my landing page first, you can see it's still tracking shopping with. Okay, and if I come back to the site later, these cookies don't expire, I believe. I keep coming back, it's going to keep shopping with you. Okay, so we'll keep track of them. So there's a ton of great content on the site. I encourage everybody just to spend a little time, navigate around, works great on the phone. Okay, there's some amazing new imagery and ways to explore, right? How our capsules are made, you know, which beautiful, vivid imagery of what's in our products. A great way to view the research. Okay. Grouped by, you know, functions or results or things that were studied. Okay, an easy way to click on each of the studies that people want to get to it. Okay, it is a little tricky now. If you had someone right away who was like, show me the research, and you want to make sure that they're tracked as shopping with you, there's not an easy way to just share this page. Okay, you're going to have to really guide them from your landing page. And it is a few clicks, okay? It's something we can optimize, but you want to guide them to get to the research first. All right, let's do a little shopping. Okay, so I'm going to come back here. Actually, let me switch. I'm going to go to my partner's page. Okay, so I'm shopping with Todd White. And I'm going to make my way over to the store, the shop. Okay, let's say I want to build a Shred 10 cart. Okay, I'm going to go capsules. Okay, various options. I'm going to put quad. And this is where they have choices. So do they want to pay in full up front or do they want to pay per month? We absolutely want to make pay per month the default option, and we've shared that many times. So we haven't forgotten, but there's a choice they can make, right? Some people do want to pay in full, so that's there. And then there's different payment methods, okay, which is really credit, debit card, or there is the ACH bank transfer. One thing you need to know, just to be aware of, there's not a lot you can do about it. This is kind of the nature of bank transfers. It's going to take about 3 days for those payments to really clear and process, okay? So you're not going to be able to force your customer to order more than 3 days before the end of the month, but just something to be aware of. If you do get an order towards the end of the month and they happen to pay that way, it could be, 3 days, it could roll into the next month before that payment is confirmed, okay? So just want to make you aware of that. So I'm going to do pay per month, I'm going to do credit card, and I'm going to add it to the cart. Okay, I could view my cart now, or I can just come back here and keep shopping. Let me add, let's see, I'm going to add shakes to that. And I'm going to do perform me, and I'm just going to do one time, okay? So you notice essentials, right, didn't have a one-time option. That's not something we're doing right now. It's something we're always evaluating, but it's not there. But shakes, bars, Luminate, right, do have the one-time shipment option. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and I can pick servings. Do I want 1 bag or more? Okay, I'm gonna go with 30. And then I can pick my payment option. You'll notice here on anything that has a one-time shipment option, okay, there is a payment method called Klarna. And that is simply like a buy now, pay later. Hopefully you've heard of those. There's many different ones of those, Affirm, other things, Afterpay, Quad Pay. So we do have an option for that. It's not as common, I think, here in the US from what we've seen and looked at, but it is there. If someone needs to buy something one time and wants to split up those payments, they can, okay? The only trick with it is you can't have a Klarna buy now, pay later card mixed with a credit card or ACH card, okay? So once they do a Klarna option, it's gonna be its own separate card and processing. So for now, I'm just going to keep this same payment method. Okay, I'm going to add that to my cart. And now I'm going to go view that cart. So here we go, right? So you can mix one-time ship products and subscribe recurring products. Okay, you can mix paying per month and you can mix paying in full on the same cart. Super easy to change the quantity, or if I want to remove something, change my mind. Okay. And so this is where you will also create a shared cart. Okay. Before I do that, hopefully you notice this little pop-up in the bottom right. Another cool feature that you'll see from time to time as you're navigating is we're going to prompt people like, hey, don't you want to throw some of this amazing Luminate in there? So another nice feature we get with the platform like this. But I'm going to create a shared cart. So let me remember what my email is. If I don't know, right, it's on my back office. Okay, so this is what is gonna tie that cart back to you. Okay, right here, not logging in, right? We don't want to do that. We don't need to log in to create shared carts. This is what's gonna do it. So when I hit that create link, you'll notice it validated it. Okay, if I enter something invalid, right? Fake email. It's not a valid email. Okay, so it's going to double check that this is a partner before it creates that shared cart link. Hopefully you'll notice too, right? Those of us that have been around, like 0 loading issues, 0 error messages, super great to be able to navigate and just click wherever you want. Okay, so now I've got my link copied. Okay, so done. I could share this card with anyone. I could share this card on social media. Again, it's not specific to any one customer. Any of them can click on it and use it. Okay, so that's shared cards, as well as how to shop and kind of check out yourselves. Why don't we go back to my notes, see where we want to go next. Let's do account management. I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm going to, this will be good. Yes, I just remembered something else I want to share. If you're a partner and you log into your juiceplus.com account, you will notice, right, that the shopping with is going to show a different name, and it's showing your sponsor, your direct first upline's name. Okay, that's just a display thing. It's not how it tracks it behind the scenes. Okay, and only partners see that weird thing. If you noticed, if I go to your landing page, right, it's always shopping with Todrick White, not Steve Williams. Okay, so first time you log in, you may see that flip and wonder like, what is happening here? So don't worry, just a display. Anything you order as a partner yourself from juiceplus.com is going to be tied back to you. But this is their account. Okay, so they can see basics, customer ID, email address. You've got addresses. You can see multiple addresses can be stored. If you go to place a new order, you can use any of those multiple addresses, which is nice, easy to enter and not have to type it in. And then you're going to see subscriptions, okay? And it is broken down a little bit by different payment methods, but for most people, they're just going to click this red View Subscriptions button. And here we go. I actually placed an Omega order yesterday, okay? Ordered it yesterday. It reminds them, you know, how often is it shipping? And am I paying in full every 4 months, or am I paying getting billed every 1 month? Okay, and then they can click on the subscription, and that's going to give them some basic things like when is it scheduled to ship, when did it last ship. Okay, they can click details, when are my installments, when did I pay them, right? Of course, this is pending because it's for my next month installment. Easy links, having issues, right? Let us know for some forms to be able to submit and put in an inquiry. And then if you've got older shipments, right, not in this list, it'll have some of that information as well. And then of course, payment and other things. Okay, so super easy. And then manage, right? This is probably one of the most important spots. So these are the things they can do and you can do for your own orders currently. You can skip it. Okay, you currently can't pick what date you want it to ship on when you skip it. So I wouldn't call it a delay. That's why it's called skip. You're really skipping in 4-month chunks, okay? And you can skip starting 30 days before when the next shipment is planned, okay? And it's gonna push it out 4 months. We do wanna provide that option later to let them pick exactly how far out do they wanna skip it, okay? But for now, that's how it works. When they're ready again, then they come in and hit rush. Okay, and that's going to process it immediately. Okay, so keep in mind, if you skip it today, you're not going to be able to go back in and rush it again. Okay, there's a lot of talking between here and the warehouse system that happens. So you probably could rush it the next day if you made a mistake. But skip is how they delay, okay, for 4 months, and then rush is how they kick it off again, and it'll process immediately right there. You can also edit shipping address, edit payment information. One nice thing is that if there was a decline or something happened, your customers and you can update your payment information and it should process immediately. Okay, you don't have to call in. Cancel is down here at the bottom. Okay, so kind of nice to not put it up at the top, but we know it happens. So if you're wanting to guide someone who's really, you know, wanting and needing to cancel, just know that option is down there at the bottom. Okay. You will need to be, I believe, paid in full before it would allow it to cancel. Okay, we don't have the feature we used to have where you could cancel and pay, you know, agree to pay the balance all at the same time. Okay, so for now, they'll need to make that final payment before canceling. So another concept I think it would be good to know is start getting used to subscriptions versus orders. Okay. let's not say ARO anymore. We've gotta digitally transform that term, throw it out the window. We're gonna call it subscriptions and orders. So subscriptions are your recurring things like essentials that ship every 4 months. Orders are gonna be your one-time ship things, okay? And orders also could be reflected as your installment payments, okay? So subscriptions, what's gonna ship ongoing, orders, one-time ship, products that I bought, or my installment payments show up as orders as well. So that's another important concept to know. All right. Why don't we head over to the back office?
Okay,
Okay. All right. Okay, everybody, that's where we're gonna stop it. I hope that you got some clarifying points from that video. A couple things that I want you to know is that if you are having issues with any kind of customer issue, you know, and we're going to be honest here, you know, being charged for something that they did not order or a product showing up that they did not order, there are a couple ways that you can help manage this. You can send an email. And Abby, if you're around, if you want to put this into the chat, you can send an email to support@juiceplus.com. And I have found that there's Abby right there, support@juiceplus.com. And they will help navigate. And right now they're way behind. I mean, that's why the call center closed today early so that they could get caught up on these emails and callbacks. You can call the call center. All right. But I'm going to recommend you do not stay on hold for an hour or 2 hours. What I recommend is you hit the call back feature. These are the two numbers. Thank you, Abby. Okay. You can call 800. Well, there's two numbers, but this is the easy one. 800-347-6350. Now, you can click number 1 for customer care. Or you can click number 2, option number 2, to manage your business. Some of us have found that by clicking option number 2, we get through faster. That may change, all right? But just know that the company is still migrating information into all of these platforms. So all of these, you know, there are issues that are popping up everywhere, but those are the sources to help you rectify customer accounts. So here's the deal. I am not sending my customers to create their own accounts until they are ready. Say they need to adjust a ship date. Okay. That's when I'm introducing them step by step with that text message that we develop step by step how to create their own customer account. Like just this week, I have 5 people that were getting ready to ship, and I sent the message, hey, you know, you're coming up for shipment. How do you feel about that? Oh, okay, good. Let it go. They don't need to set up their customer portal yet. When they say, Terry, I need to stop or forward, or I need a new credit card, that's when I step by step them through how to create their customer portal. That seems to have worked for me. All right, does anybody want to unmute themselves? Do you have any questions? Any comments? Don't be shy.
Hey, Terry, I have a question. I know this is silly, but I cannot keep it straight. If I have a customer, an existing customer,
Mhm.
and they set up an account, do they go to my landing page or do they go to juiceplus.com? I know they have to activate customer account, but which one do I send them to for
Okay.
an existing customer?
Okay, everybody eventually is going to have to go to juiceplus.com, log in, okay, to set up their customer portal, their own customer account.
That's a new customer and a new customer would go
No.
to the landing page.
Right, a new customer, when they're on your landing page, okay, they're going to have to set up their customer portal.
Okay, but an
Okay.
existing one would go to the juiceplus.com and then do the activate account.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, that was a good question too. Anybody else?
Hey, I just want to share that we had a bunch of things to take care of today. Got on the phone, got our question answered. It wasn't even the NMD line because the NMD line, they were in a meeting, so that hadn't been turned on yet this morning. And
10-minute hold.
maybe 10, I don't even think 10 minutes. And I had a whole laundry list of things that we needed to straighten out because I didn't call last week at all. I just thought, you know what, everything can wait. And they were super about taking care of everything. It was very fast. It was all done really quickly. And so in 90 days, we're going to look back on this and it'll be all gone. So no big
Right.
deal.
Yeah, we're just learning some new skills, guys.
Yep.
Skills and habits, habits and skills. How many? Oh, it's part of one of my programs. I know I've said that 100 times. We're learning new skills. And the best part is we're all learning together. Okay, anybody else? Thank you, Jen and Henry. Anybody else have a
Carrie,
question?
I
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
For a Healthy Starts order, it looks like we can't share a cart for that. So do we just need to make sure we send them to our landing page and then they go down to where it shows how to get started? I haven't been able to figure out how to create a cart for Healthy Starts.
I have a link that I could send you on how to create a cart for Healthy Starts. Okay,
Okay,
but you
thank
can.
you. That's the only thing I can't figure out. I've created carts for everything else but that.
Okay, and it is through your landing page, and
Okay.
we can, and I will send that to you.
Thank
so
you.
we can do that. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any comments or questions or whatever?
I just want to know where I can go to see orders I've placed and see when they're going to ship. And I think he was showing us somehow where you can go look at that order and see when it's going to ship.
Okay, that's
'Cause
anybody want to, Jen and Henry or Pamelia, do you want to answer this? All new orders right now are not showing up on our back office. Jen, do you want to take this one?
It's going to come. Give it time. Breathe.
They are showing up. They're just not showing up shipping yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they're doing, well, there's a couple things going on. One of them is that they're double checking that the order actually is supposed to go out. So they are manually double checking things. But, this is taking a while for stuff to show up. So everything's in. If they've taken the charges, it's going to ship. That's kind of all you need to know.
Okay.
Right.
It
All right.
may be delayed a little
Yeah, there may
bit
be a delay.
because they're holding some product just to make sure that all the orders are absolutely correct. So they're not shipping product that
That doesn't want to be shipped.
doesn't want to be shipped.
Yeah.
So it's just a cautionary time.
I have a customer who ordered and paid, and it's been 13 days.
Yeah,
And
and
she
it
has
could
not-
be
She's
a
not gotten her
while.
order.
Yeah, it could be 10 days. So like today I was calling on a couple of orders that were in that same boat where people had ordered 2 weeks ago, essentially, but right as the proverbial doo-doo hit the fan. So, there just was a delay. Every single one of the orders that I was checking on today either was scheduled to be delivered no later than Wednesday this coming week, or, had already left the warehouse. So, and I had one person that is leaving the country. And so I requested that they send that order overnight. So, they're working with us in a way that's just awesome. So, it's really, I've been sending emails with my questions in a bullet point list so that they can easily see each question, give them all the information, name, phone number, email, partner number, so that they, ARO, even though we don't have ARO numbers anymore, now it's JP07 dash something.
And they're tracking with phone numbers and emails.
Yeah.
And then, so if you send in email and phone number and you just give them as much information as you can so that they don't have to look it up, they'll look it up and they'll get back to you as quickly as they can. It's really just this, it's a global $1 billion business. And if you think about how many, everybody's order is $50. So take $1 billion, divide it by 50, and how many people they're trying to sort through and make sure is
In-
accurate
In multiple countries.
in multiple countries. And today, it's not even today in Australia, it's already tomorrow. So, whatever they were going to do now has already happened there. So, it's just kind of a crazy moment in time. And it will be in literally, if you can just focus on telling the story as much as you can, like what I decided to do last week was, I'm not going to call the home office. So I'm just going to call everyone else. So we just called and called and called and called and called. And if you can just get out there and tell the story, honest to God, the people who just sort of put the blinders on and say, okay, so that's tech. It's tech. Okay. It is what it is. Just go do your thing. Tell the story as much as you can and do it consistently. And in a year from now, the people who take action now and who don't get slowed down by this, who just say, okay, it is what it is. I'm going to go forward. In a year, you're going
In a
to
very
knock your
different
socks
place.
off what's going on with your business
Yeah.
and with the company. The company is just, I mean, it's as soon as the bumps get out of this is like a super highway.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I
it's
haven't-
the Autobahn in Europe.
Yep.
Okay, so,
I have-
orders, if you put the order in and the credit card charge went through, the product will show up. End of story. Is that clear? Everybody got that? All right. Anybody else have, just before we say goodnight here, because we're running almost 45 minutes. Listen, I can't thank you guys enough. I mean,
I have one thing.
yeah, go ahead, honey. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
if
Deanna.
I have an order that shipped early, should I go ahead and email support while they're trying to figure out, or just let it go?
Well, say it again, Brianna.
I got an order that shipped early, like it came months early. I wasn't due for another order yet, and it already shipped. Like it's already at my house before we went to a conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Brianna,
should I email support
Brianna,
and let them
find-
know?
Definitely email them.
Find me online, Camelia Parker, because I am waiting for an answer back. I had the same thing happen with someone. So as soon as they let me know, I can let you know or send an email.
Yeah, I would
Okay,
send an
thank
email and
you.
just ask for a return authorization.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm asking, but you're not alone is all I want to let you know.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Brianna. I appreciate that
Terry?
so much. Okay. Anybody
Terry,
else?
I have a customer who is paralyzed. She will not be able to put in her order. Who do I contact?
I believe that the company will assign designated lines to help us with real specialty cases like this, okay? All right, so we're gonna have to be patient though, all right? But that is coming. That is coming. There'll be specialty lines available for our elderly clients and for our more compromised clients, okay? We're just gonna have to hold tight. All right, guys, here's the deal. Jen and Henry are on this call. I think Steph Fletch is on this call. I'm here. Your leadership is not going away. All right. I'm not going to disappear on you. None of us are going to disappear. And I hope you found this beneficial and helpful tonight. It is all going to work out. So having said that, I am going to stop the recording. And I'm going to wish you all a really good night. Thanks.
All right.
For,
Aloha.
Good night. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
thank you,
Good
guys.
night,
Thank
Good
you.
night,
all.
everyone.
Have a great night.
Peace and blessings. Bye-bye, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Pamelia. Thank you for doing this.
Yep.
Yeah,
No
I
problem.
I
Good
thought
night,
that,
all.
the more I looked at Jason's training, the more I appreciated it. And I really felt that the big two clarifying points were the clarifying points of setting up the cart. Where? So we got that figured out. Okay. All right. Good night, Jen and Henry.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night,
Thanks so
guys.
much.
That was a great
Good
call.
night.
Take care. Bye-bye.